Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventure piteous overthrows, doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage. The which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil strive to mend. A dog of the house of Montague moves me. To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away. A dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montague's. They must take it in sense that feel it. Me they shall feel while I am able to stand, and 'tis known I'm a pretty piece of flesh. Draw thy tool! Here comes two of the house of Montague. My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee. Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them, if they bear it. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir? I do bite my thumb, sir. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir? No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I do bite my thumb, sir. You lie. Part, fools, put up your swords. You know not what you do. What, art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death. Do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage it to part these men with me. What? Drawn, and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate heck, all Montagues and thee. Have at thee, coward! Clubs, bills, and partisans. Strike, beat them down. Down with the Capulets, down with the Montagues. What noise is this? Give me my long sword. Ho! A crutch! A crutch! Why call you for a sword? My sword, I say. Old Montague is come, and flourishes his blade in spite of me. Thou villain Capulet! Hold me not, let me go. Thou shalt not stir a foot to seek a foe. Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of this neighborhood. Will they not hear? What, hold you men, you beasts? Throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word, by thee, old Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me, and Montague, come you this afternoon, to know our further pleasure in this case, to old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart. Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray. Away from the light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks for daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. My noble uncle, do you know the cause? I neither know it nor can learn of it. See where he comes, so please you, step aside. I'll know his grievance, or be much denied. I would thou wert so happy by thy stay, to hear true shrift. Come, madam, let's away. Good morrow, cousin. Is the day so young? But new struck 9. Ay me, sad hours seem so long. Was that my father that went hence so fast? It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours? Not having that which having makes them short. In love? Out. Of love? Out of her favor, where I am in love. Tell me in sadness, who is that you love? What, shall I groan and tell thee? Groan? Why no, but sadly tell me who. Well, in that hit, you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her. Oh, teach me how I should forget to think. By giving liberty unto thin eyes, examine other beauties. He that is struck and blind cannot forget the precious treasure of eyesight lost. Farewell, thou canst not teach me to forget. But Montague is bound as well as I, in plenty alike, and 'tis not hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace. Of honorable reckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you lived at odds so long. But now, my lord, what say you to my suit? My child is yet a stranger in the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride. Younger than she, our happy mother's maid. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agree, within her scope of choice lies my consent in fair according voice. Come, go with me. Go, trudge about, through fair Verona, find those persons out, whose names are written there, and to them say my house and welcome on their pleasure stay. Why, Romeo, art thou mad? Not mad, but bound more than a madman is, shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented. I pray, sir, can you read? I, my own fortune and misery. I pray, can you read anything you see? I, if I know the letters and the language. Ye say honestly, rest you merry. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselmi and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vitravio, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline, Livia, Signor Valentio and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio, and the lively Helena. A fair assembly. Whither should they come? To supper, to our house. Whose house? My master's. My master is the great rich Capulet, and if you be not of the house of Montagues, I pray, come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry. At this same ancient feast of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so lovest, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and, with unattained eye, compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow. One fairer than my love, the all-seen sun ne'er saw her match since first the world begun. I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own. Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me. What, Juliet? How now, who calls? Your mother. Madam, I am here. What is your will? Mary, that Mary is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married? It is an honor that I dream not of. Well, think of marriage now, younger than you. Here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers, by my count. I was your mother upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love. Speak briefly, can you like of Paris's love? I'll look to like, but no more deep will I indart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly. Go, girl, seek happy nights to happy days. Give me a torch. I am not for this ambling, but being heavy, I will bear the light. Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance. Not I, believe me, you have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move. You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings, and soar with them above the common bound. I am too sore and pierced with his shaft to soar with his light feathers, and so bound. I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink. And, to sink in it, should you burden love, too great oppression for a tender thing. Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn. If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down. I dreamed a dream tonight, and so did I. Well, what was yours? That dreamers often lie. In bed asleep, while they do dream things true. Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone, on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies, athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon's spokes made of long spiders' legs, the cover of the wings of the grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, the collars of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film. Her wagoner a small gray-coated gnat, not so big as a round little worm pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut made by the joiner's squirrel or old grub. Time out, O mind the fairy's coachmakers, and in the state she gallops night by night through lovers' brain, and then they dream of love. Sometimes she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats. Peace, peace, Mercutio, thou talk'st of nothing. True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and even more inconsistent than the wind, who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and, being angered, puffs away from thence, turning his face to the dew-dropping south. This wind, you talk of, blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late. I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence still hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he, that hath the steerage of my course, direct my sail on, lusty gentlemen. What lady is that, which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight? I know not, sir. Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night like a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove trooping with crows, as yonder lady, oh, her fellows shows. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and, touching hers, make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear it, sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night. This, by his voice, should be a Montague. To strike him dead, I hold it not a sin. Why, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so? Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite, to scorn at our solemnity this night. Young Romeo, is it? 'Tis he, that villain Romeo. He shall be endured. Why, uncle, 'tis a shame. You are a saucy boy, is it so indeed? I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall now seeming sweet convert to bitter gall. If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle fine is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss. Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and to palm is holy Palmer's kiss. Have not saints lips, and holy Palmer's too? Ay, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer. O then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou, lest faith turn to despair. Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake. Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips, by yours, my sin is purged. Then have my lips the sin that they have took? Sin from thy lips? O trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again. You kiss by the book. Madam, your mother craves a word with you. What is her mother? Is she a Capulet? O dear account, my life is my foe's debt. Go ask his name, if he be married. My grave is like to be my wedding bed. His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy. My only love sprung from my only hate, too early seen unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me, that I must love a loathed enemy.